let's start with the first presentation, the first media briefing, which was EA's. It was EA Play that happened on Sunday. So EA started E3 for almost for every one of us, and they had, I think, a decent showing. Nothing too spectacular, but some very interesting games. So first of all, Titanfall 2. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It looks like more Titanfall, but with everything that people asked for the first iteration of the game, right?
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. As you said before, I go on. Big shout out and props to EA. Given that their conference last year, their briefing last year was very underwhelming, very, a little under the rocks. The Pelé presentation, the 30-something minutes of nothing pretty much there in the middle. This year was very, very much an improvement upon that. I think it was a good idea for them to go a little more independent on this one and do their own kind of thing and, play with this teleconference thing that was, I'm not entirely convinced that it was really live and not a pre-recorded thing that they just, played on top of the presentation. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be a live thing, and if it's the case, then it was a very cool show.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2, yes, as you said, it's indeed what I wanted from Titanfall 1, the original.
Yeah.
Single player campaign, the exact same thrilling multiplayer experience, very mobile, very this verticality to the levels and the Titans and how they interact with on foot combat and on Titan combat, and I think it was very exciting, very cool, and very good news. And I think Respawn, which I think we can all agree is really Infinity Ward on these guys.
Yeah.
I really like how they work. I really like the games they do and they've done on their history. The first Call of Duty is Modern Warfare 1 and 2 and all that. So I think it's a good track record, and I think it's a good track record to have when you want to do a good first-person shooter. And I have good hopes for Titanfall. Titanfall 1 was not disappointing, but was lacking so much content that it just died out. It didn't burn for long. Titanfall 2 has the chance to, achieve what Titanfall 1 couldn't, which is to last a little bit longer, be a first-person shooter that's alive for a little while longer, not just 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The trailer was good, I think. The single player thingy.
Yeah, it looked fun. It looked like a lot of fun, and it definitely looks like Titanfall 1, but maybe bigger, better, more badass. Like it just Titanfall didn't need any improvements on the gameplay. It just needed improvements on content, and they had a really good chance on improving upon that. And I think that they're listening to that feedback, and I'm very excited for that. And you can sign up for the closed beta for the multiplayer stress test that is happening later this year. I already did because I really want to try this. And it's coming on October, so this year, very, very soon. I didn't expect that, because I honestly expect Titanfall to come later or during the first quarter or second quarter of next year, not this year because of Battlefield 1, but it's coming this year, so looking forward to that. Then EA talked about esports and how they're pushing on esports. I think we've talked before about esports and here on the show, and how esports is becoming a very important thing, a very big thing for gaming and the gaming landscape. And I think, I'm not sure if E3 is really the place to talk about it during a conference, but I just like that EA is putting an effort on esports. Later, one of my most anticipated games, looking forward on the next year, Mass Effect Andromeda,
of course,
was showed on the press conference. However, they showed a lot less than I really expected. I was expecting a big, I don't know, like 5, 10, even 15-minute gameplay demo of the game, and that didn't happen. And I was a bit disappointed by that. But we gotta look at the protagonist, at the female protagonist of of the game with a female writer.
A writer, yeah.
Yeah, we got a confirmation.
Very cool last name, I think.
Yeah, we got a confirmation that's the last name of this new Mass Effect, maybe trilogy, series, whatever. It's Ryder. We got a look at the female version of Ryder. Looks cool.
Yeah.
We got a look at Anasari.
Yes.
We got some glimpses here and there in the galaxy.
Krogan, right?
Yeah, and the environments and all the stuff.
Yeah.
It all looks super cool, but it left me wanting more, and not in a good sense. Not in a sense that I was so hyped about it, but I was like, show me more. Like, that's not enough, especially because the game is kind of around the corner.
To release, yeah.
So, but we got to see some of that. I think we're both very, very excited for Mass Effect Andromeda. We're both big fans of the original trilogy, and that's something very, very cool to look forward to. And EA has an amazing portfolio, I think, at this very moment. And Mass Effect, for me, is still the Titan, and all of this portfolio of franchises that they have.
That EA has,
yes, even above Titanfall, because the Titan, and
right.
So Mass Effect Andromeda was showcased, and it looks super, super cool. But we are looking forward to more of this game because we want to see more gameplay, more missions, a lot more of that. Also, EA talked about an initiative that I thought was very nice called Play to Give. They just made a brief mention of this. So this consists of in-game challenges that lead to charitable donations.
Yeah.
So you basically complete challenges on some of the games, including Battlefield 1, which will in turn create donations for charity on behalf of EA, and I think that's cool.
Sure.
I think that's mostly a PR thing, whatever. I mean, you can argue for many things, but I think charity is always nice.
Yeah.
That, like, having someone with money put some of that money into a social cause that we all care about. I think that's cool. I like that. I like that.
Sure.
And I think that was a nice gesture to talk about. Then normally I wouldn't talk about this because they always have their big Madden, FIFA, NHL, their EA Sports showcase, which, to be honest, I don't care about. I don't care much about. But I want to talk about one thing out of all this, which is FIFA. FIFA 17. FIFA 17, The Journey.
Yes.
So this caught my attention because it seems, well, one, it doesn't seem, but this is happening. The new FIFA game is going to have a single-player story.
Yeah.
Like a single-player campaign, similar to the Goal movie.
Yeah.
Where you follow
yes.
the story of a soccer player just going up and up, and a bit of drama here and there.
Of course, yeah. All the ups and downs of what a football career is, and how it's managed, and how it matters what you do outside of the pitch as well as what you do inside of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. I think it's a very nice addition. I think it's something. I mean, story mode or sort of like a story mode that's always been there in the way of you being the DT, the technical director of your team, the coach, or a player, and just playing as your player for a certain span of time through a career. But this is more of an actual story with an actual character, which is already like fixed.
Yeah,
is this young I guess British guy. Starting out his career and all that. So I think it's cool. I think it's a very nice, cool, new addition. This now feels more innovative, when compared to the rest of plethora of games that FIFA has. So great. I mean, cool, very cool.
Yeah, I'm not a FIFA player, but this aspect of the game caught my attention as a gamer myself.
Sure.
And I may even try it. I don't know if it ever goes down in price. I'm attracted to that sort of thing more than to the traditional FIFA gameplay, because I'm not a fan of it. I know there are a lot of people who really enjoy these games. Not myself, not that much. I mean, but this looks nice. This looks very, very attractive.
Yeah.
Then EA talked about a new program called EA Originals, which is very, very interesting, and this is targeted towards indies and indie games and indie studios. That's basically a publishing program from EA, where you as an indie developer can submit your game to this program and if EA likes it and approves it, they can publish your game and showcase the game, help you with marketing and a lot of stuff. and basically act as your publisher.
Yes.
And also they talked about how it is very friendly with developers in the sense that developers do keep most of the revenues of the games. And I mean, I haven't read the policies and the small letters, all the intricacies of this thing, but the idea, I like it. The idea is very, very cool, and they showed the first game that is part of this program, which is kind of which is kind of a follow up in the sense of an indie game published by EA to Unravel. Unravel was last year. Now they showed a 3D sort of platformer called Fi. It's FE.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure of the pronunciation of that. Yeah, and it looked cool. It's sort of a low mid poly title, 3D title with some very cool lighting effects.
Yes,
I liked how it looked.
A very interesting color palette they have.
And very musical oriented as well.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, as you said, I think for both of this, for your originals and for developer guys. Yeah. I think it's a very cool follow up on what Unravel was last year, and I think EA saw that it worked. That they can grab a small indie studio and bring them to the big leagues in a way. And I think it's a very nice publishing thing they're doing. It's good PR for them. It's good for studios that are under this veil of this program. I like it. I really like it a lot. I think it's very nice, and if it gives more developers the chance and a spotlight every now and then that's more than welcome. I think there's a lot of talent out there that's not being showcased because a million reasons, right? Geographical, economical, social, 100 million reasons. So I think this is very cool. I think it's a great program, and Fi seems like an interesting game. I'm not particularly drawn to it, maybe. But I do see the appeal and the potential. So very cool. I really like it.
They're following both Sony's and Microsoft footsteps in their indie publishing program, and that expands their portfolio. And I think they saw that, and that's nice.
Yes,
that's nice to have. That's more options for indie developers that are looking for some investment or some funding, some help with their games.
Yeah, right? And as you mentioned, I think they did state it that they wanted but that they intended to give all of the profit, not just a cut. Like all of the profit go back to the studio that developed the game. Which, if it's true, then that's very cool. I mean, it's just help. It's not really that much. I mean, it's gonna have the EA name in there, right? The brand somewhere in there. But still, I mean, help with marketing and publishing. That's a huge help.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So very cool.
Absolutely, that's a huge boost for any indie developer. So if you're an indie developer and you didn't know about this program before, check it out. EA Originals. It may be your savior. It may save your company and your project, definitely. If you are into problems, if you're having some issues. So later, EA talked about Star Wars.
Yeah.
A small thing called Star Wars.
You might know about it.
You might have heard about this.
There's a couple movies there somewhere.
Skywalker dude.
Yeah.
And
some monks.
Swords. Some colored swords.
Swordblade and monks, magical monks.
Absolutely. So, Star Wars. EA has a license for development of Star Wars video games.
Yes.
And they are working on a shit ton of Star Wars games.
Yeah.
But they didn't show any of those.
Which is weird,
They showed just a few glimpses of the development of these Star Wars games. I think about Respawn is working on one and
Visceral
games. Yeah. I mean, among others, but those are like the two big ones. And they showed some mocap of some lightsaber duels happening, which looks freaking awesome.
Yeah,
they look so cool.
Agreed. Yeah.
Too bad that we didn't really see more of that. And I think a lot of these games are coming way later than we
want them
to be. But and that's the reason I think we didn't see any of those. But it's cool to know that they exist. And I think right now it's a good time to be a Star Wars fan again.
Of course.
Star Wars kind of went into a dark age in gaming, and I think it's now coming back, and it can come back very, very strongly.
I agree. I mean, not just in gaming. I think it went into a dark age in everything. Like until last year, the latest episode 7 came out, and it just went boom, right? It went right straight out on top of the charts. And Star Wars is a franchise and a universe that's very vast and very adaptable to make so many different types of games, so many different types of stories, and even movies. And like, I mean, they're already exploiting this in the movie side of things, but in terms of games, I mean, even with the expanded universe a couple years back, or 10 years back, they made great games with Jedi Academy saga, the Jedi Outcast saga, the so many different sagas that they made of gaming, and Battlefront, the original Battlefronts, which were very, very cool games that just were in that universe, right, in Star Wars. So I think it's a very good and exploitable universe to have. EA has a great opportunity here with Star Wars to make all types of games, and I think they're making them. Yeah. Motive One is working on the new Battlefront. We all know that. Now Respawn and Visceral are working on action-packed type of games, and there are whole other studios working on mobile games, on RTSs, on a million different types of games that are. I like it. I mean, I just hope that they don't flood the market with Star Wars games at one point, so that it's not exhausting for the consumer.
Yeah, they just gotta pace them right.
Yes, exactly. But if they do, then it's great to have a continuation or a continuum of Star Wars game every now and then. Star Wars games. So yeah, I think it's great, and I hope EA knows how to manage them. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, that's very, very exciting stuff. And finally, EA closed their presentation with Battlefield 1.
Which looks great.
Their biggest title for this year. Funny thing, coming a week apart from Titanfall 2. That's super weird. But anyways, the game, they showed a gameplay trailer which looks so goddamn awesome. I got so hyped with that trailer, and the Zeppelin just burning and just falling. And then
even better than the first one, right? I mean, the first trailer was good, but this one was exhilarating. It was great.
Yeah, this one really had me up, and seeing the trailer made me want to play the game right now.
Yes.
And they finished the show, and they had a stream.
Yeah.
They streamed two full matches of the game.
Yeah, around an hour and a half.
Yeah, and with I don't get why they did this, because they had a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Which, and being honest with you, I don't think I knew any one of those, because a lot
Not
of
many
DJs,
of them.
rappers.
Yeah.
And I don't
basketball player there. So.
I don't follow any of those.
Right.
But just a quick question to you, like, why did you chose those people and not gaming influencers?
Right. Yeah.
Why did you have a basketball player and DJs and rappers and not, I don't know, PewDiePie?
Right. Markiplier.
The Boogeyman. Those kind of people.
Yeah, it would have made more
Matt
sense, I think. Yeah, exactly.
People like that.
Team NR and
I even think I'm not sure, right? But I even think that those would cost you even less money.
Probably.
Bringing those other dudes.
Right.
And gamers like me, I would stay to watch a full stream if I saw MatPat over there.
Yeah.
Or people like that. Because I saw those guys and I was like, I turned it off, and then I watched the gameplay later.
Yeah,
because I didn't watch the
only one I knew from all that, all that people was Mayor Nelson. Was the only one I recognized.
Yeah,
he was in one of the teams.
But he's a gamer.
He's a gamer, right? Exactly. Yeah. I'm totally on board with what you're saying. Yeah, I think it would have been a much better. I mean, of course, give 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 spots total to celebrities and basketball players and what you want. But most of your the base of your team have it be known players, known gamers that are influencers. That's your audience, exactly.
That's your audience. The people that are watching the stream, that are watching E3, are the people that follow these guys on YouTube.
Exactly. Yes.
So that didn't make any sense to me at all. And the red carpet, I don't know, was so awkward, boring,
totally cringeworthy.
That was a shame to watch.
Yes,
that was embarrassing, and that wasn't fun at all. But the gameplay looks so much cooler, and just the fact that the Zeppelin can burn down and fall into the map. And wherever it falls, it destroys.
Yes.
It destroys everything that it falls on top of.
Yeah.
And the wreckage, the debris of the
Zeppelin itself.
Stays on the map and changes the map in that way. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so impressive. That's technology, man. That's really the power of what's the name of the engine?
It's Frostbite. Yeah.
That's just the power of Frostbite to the fullest that we've ever seen. That looks so cool.
I mean, Levolution was like one level. This is an entirely new thing, an evolution of that, right?
Absolutely. And we have tanks, we have motorcycles, we have a lot of cool weapons, everything in that game.
I mean, the fact that the Zeppelin, it's a vehicle and that you can, direct it and move it and use it. And
impressive.
It's like, it's so impressive.
That's impressive. I think we're both looking forward
absolutely.
to that game.
Yeah.
That is probably, for me, that and Titanfall 2, with what we see, with what we've seen and what we saw at the conference, those are the highlights for me of the press conference. Mass Effect is still my most anticipated game, but we didn't see
much,
a lot of that. So just EA didn't have a very good show. EA didn't have like a very impactful showing because they didn't have much surprises and they under-deliver in many ways with what they showed. Mm-hmm. But their portfolio is one of the strongest.
Oh,
and I do think that EA's portfolio right now is the strongest it's ever been.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
It's very, very, very exciting.
Absolutely.